Hey everyone, so you may remember at the end of November I did my first highlights video, and I thought I'd do another one just now. I probably will continue to do them every 2 months, just because I think it's easier to kind of do it that way rather than just doing it from a smaller selection of films. So this month I've just got a couple of TV shows to talk about, and I've selected 6 films, 5 of which are positive highlights, one of which was a bit of a disappointment, but I will talk about that when I get to it. All the usual information will be in the below bar. There will be lists about casts, directors and writers and other crew members regarding the films that I'm mentioning. And there will also be a complete list of all the films I've watched in December and January, just in case you want additional inspiration. So the TV shows, very briefly, there have only been really a couple of TV shows over the last 2 months that I've really loved. The first one has been The Middle, as ever. I think that was in my last feature. And also Two and a Half Men. I kind of got bored of Two and a Half Men for quite a long time. I've only recently started getting back into it, so I'm really kind of addicted to that one again. There are 3 film highlights in this video which are not part of the actual 6, which I absolutely love, but I've seen before. First one is Dead Poets Society, and I cried just as much in watching it this time as I did the first time. And I also watched Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets and also The Prisoner of Azkaban. Prisoner of Azkaban is one of, if not my favourite Harry Potter films. That's really quite exciting. Okay, now for the actual 6 new films that I've seen. The first one is Driving Lessons, 2006, and to be honest, I only really wanted to watch this for Rupert Grint. It's the first Rupert Grint film I've seen, apart from Harry Potter, and it's really enjoyable. I did worry that I'd watch it and only be able to see Ron Weasley. I'll start that again. But what I actually found is that it took me about half of the film to realise I was watching Molly and Ron Weasley, because it's of course Julie Walters and Rupert Grint. A very good film. I think Julie Walters' character is a little bit hard to get on board with, so she does make it a little bit awkward at times, but it's absolutely worth it. It's fantastic. It's filmed in some of my favourite parts of the world. Yeah, it looks at Hampstead and Edinburgh. It's a beautiful film. It's not overly intricate in terms of directing and things. The script's quite interesting, but for me, at least watching it, it's all about character profiles and kind of looking at life from different angles and kind of not just sticking to your own viewpoint, and it's a very lovely film. The second is the 2011 film Mr. Popper's Penguins. I only watched this for Jim Carrey, and that's not so much because I only want to watch it because he was in it. It's because I thought I would have to persevere, because I'm not the biggest fan of penguin films, primarily because I'm not the biggest fan of penguins, but oh my goodness, I did not stop laughing in this. It's beautifully directed. The way the penguins are portrayed is so comical, but it's a beautiful story. It's a lovely family film, and there are some very interesting things with snow, and just from start to finish I couldn't stop laughing. So if you haven't seen Mr. Popper's Penguins, no matter what age you are, you must watch it. The next one is a 1949 film, Kind Hearts and Coronets, which ordinarily I wouldn't have watched, but somebody else put it on the TV and I watched it, and by the end of it I just thought, why has this never been in my life before? It's very comical, very dark humour. It's told from the perspective of a murderer who's trying to inherit what he believes to be rightfully his, but it's very cleverly done. It's kind of like a reverse mystery story where you see the effect before the cause. It's brilliant. It's so cleverly done, and I didn't think it would be. I didn't think it would be for me. You must check it out if you can get hold of a copy. As I said, I believe I watched it on TV, but I'm sure it's widely available on DVD. Number 4 is Final Destination 3, the 2006 film. I haven't seen the first 2. Again, this was not my film of choice for watching, but when it started I fell in love with it straight away. And I think for me it's because the disasters in it are real life possibilities. You know, the things that are happening could physically happen in real life, and I love the way it's sequenced together. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. You know, it's all about visions and how visions can come true, and when they come true with disastrous effect, and how we can't escape certain things. It's brilliant, and I will be going to see the first 2 if I can get hold of them, and the 4th. I don't think there's a 5th, is there? But I will be seeing them all. Then we have the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, the 2009 film. This is the negative one. We'll get this out of the way and then we'll end on another high note. This I was quite let down by. Now I know that some may argue that it's because of the unfortunate circumstances revolving around Heath Ledger, but I think that bit was very well done. I think the handling of that character was great. I think, you know, we have the other actors, Johnny Depp included, coming in and you know, doing this role, and I think the role was done justice. I think it worked very well. It's the actual story itself that I just kind of thought was a bit odd and not good odd. You know, I love weird films. You know, my mind is just insane in itself. I love weirdness. But this wasn't good weird. It was, I think it was underdeveloped weird. I think the progression didn't work. Had the story been told in a different way, it might have worked, but for me personally, I was very disappointed in the film. And the last one is the 1992 film Batman Returns. I've already reviewed this, so I'll put the link directly in the below bar for anybody interested in checking that out. This is the only Bonham Carter Burton film that's actually made it into my top list from over the last 2 months, and I have watched other ones. Obviously directed by Tim Burton. Helena's got nothing to do with this, of course. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love it. I'm starting to become addicted to Batman. Once I've seen Batman Forever, I will then go on to Christopher Nolan's Batmans and see how they compare for my interests. But I thoroughly enjoyed Batman Returns. It's quite an interesting mix of films, I think, from my highlights from across the last 2 months. As I said, not a lot of TV going on in there, but I'm kind of struggling to find certain TV shows enjoyable now, because it just seems to be more and more reality shows, and very rarely will I enjoy a reality show. But I'm looking forward to watching different films over the next 2 months. I'll probably do another one of these at the end of March. So if you have any recommendations that you might think I might be able to put in my highlights for my next video, please do let me know. I love film recommendations. I'm trying to widen my genres. Actually, there's a couple of horrors in there, a couple of older films and things. So definitely looking for new things, let me know, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!